That's right. That's right. That's right. It's time for me to run it out in a way that will honor the Coldlights. It's time to honor the Coldlights, man. Hold on to this Whirlwind. This is very likely a spell Unta. And this is a good hand. Brawl for his multi-dog. Slam and Whirlwind for just the utility and the draw. And then Armoring Up for every which other turn there was. Candle Shot. I'm gonna attack him! Yeah! And on my turn, I pass. Could be a big hunter as well. A lot of the big hunters are also spell hunters. How did the Infinite Priest match go? He stopped playing minions, so I couldn't play brawls. And I just got my entire... I just drowned in brawls. Yeah, I got drowned in brawls, man. Sad. It was a sad state of affairs, and it was a fad Sarah Fates. It was a fad of Sarah Fates. Hello, I'm Sarah Fates. Are you a fad of Sarah Fates? Alright. How wish we to do this? We have a couple of options. Kind of want to use these things together. But I won't. That's fine. I guess that's the smarter choice. And then he's gonna play his multi-dog. 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 Alright. He's playing multi-dogs. We're down at 20. We got a brawl. We also got a brawl. I think running the 2 brawls is excellent, excellent, excellent in this deck, given the meta. Hello, dog. That's my dog. So I can actually, like, slam and play the Dirty Rat.
I'll never tell.
I'll never tell another tale. So if we slam, it will summon it, nerd. Okay. Well, I'm glad I did what I did. Gotta admit I wasn't expecting it. Flanking strike. Well, in a way, this is really bad. But we do know if we can just live a teensy tooch more, we'll be in good shape. I mean, the obvious insta loss is if we brawl and then his big man survives. Alas, it is but a dog. Alright, well. Rushing Devilsaur. A bow? Is that good or bad? I think I have to do this so I can start doing Hella Draw. I mean, we're at 7, which is not great.
Where's my...
I guess we're dead? Okay. Well, it's fine, I guess. It's fine, I guess. I think I need to just play a little more thoughtfully in the early game, I think, was the only thing that really went wrong there.
Garrosh versus Uther.
Some weirdness there.
Fight with honor. Victory or death.
Should have played around it. Yeah, I mean, maybe I actually did nothing incorrect given the cards that I had, and that's just one of those situations that kind of stinks, you know? So I think we're back down to rank 5, no stars, but this deck, I actually think, you know what? We're just going to go on the winning spree. Every time we win, man. Every time we win, takes us like half an hour. We wasted so much time on that last Brawl Fill game. God, it was brawful. And I made the tremendous mistake of forgetting that you can infinitely clone Coldlights. I mean, I'm really thrilled Thaviel reminded me of that. I don't know, it's just, you know, a little obvious, right? You know, over time I've found I don't like this card very much. Dry Whisker Armor is actually an insane card. I mean, it's only good in specific situations against specific decks, but I mean, it's like an insta 10 armor boost in a lot of spots. This kind of stinks. I mean, we're gonna get a buttload of armor. I think I have to do this in order to find something good. It doesn't feel great. It doesn't feel great though, that's for sure. Wind Fury. Sean instantly dies. Plants. Give me plants. That's okay. I'm okay with that. Dad Jokes Prime says, hey, I've been lurking around since seen the number J live. Happy to have subbed with Amazon. Hell yeah. So we can gain a lot. Can Dirty Rat out a dude. We're gonna have to do some mass armor gains. So we can deal 5, 10, 16. So I can gain a lot. I think I just draw and play it cool, I guess. Pop here, because I think it's maybe the best I can do. I'm kind of whiffing on some of my basic early tools. Man, he is beating me to death here. Yeah, I'm really not getting the cards that I kind of want to get. So I don't think anything saves us here, right? So we kind of gotta just gain armor and pray. Kind of want to do some armor gain because we can gain. Let's see, this is 5, 10, 15. 15 and 13 is 28. 28 and 6 is 34. I don't think I can actually stop that much. I think we have to get something ridiculously lucky here. Not quite. Just not quite, huh? I mean, we can do this, which will save a little bit, right? 5, 10, and then another 11. Man. Alright, well, I'm actually kind of glad he's playing Primal Fin, because it's not really active. A Dry Whisker is a lifesaver, man. Alright.
Let's move quickly.
Okay. Alright, we've got a plan. We hit here, we play this, and then we do this. Dry Whisker, I've been singing your praise for so long. And he does have a handful of minions. Ah! Alright.
Put this apple on your head.
This game is hard. This is a tough game. I'm flexing my little Coldlight muscles. Ouch! Oh! Ouch! Please pass. Please pass the turn.
The light dims.
Oh my god, that's so bad for us. I don't think we lived through that. Unless okay, so at this point, it's basically Brawl. It's basically just Brawl that saves us, right? I think it's just Brawl. Crap. Crappity crap. Well, whatever. That was that game at the very least was funny. We just drew. We actually don't have that many expensive cards, and we just like drew a lot of them. So, all right, it's okay. We're gonna honor the Coldlight. We're literally gonna hit rank 4 before end of the day. It's gonna take us all 5 games. Maybe it was a mulliganing error.
Versus Maiev.
None can escape my fury.
Victory or death.
Alright. I think we keep the... I think I actually don't keep Acolyte of Pains. This feels better. Do I slam this right now? I'm gonna vote no. Because he didn't run it out. Or he didn't just immediately Shadow Step it, which I think he absolutely would have. A lot of his cards are not going to be particularly useful against us. What is the world? What happened?
Truth is found.
What happened? You know what? I'm gonna get rid of it now. I know he top decked it because I can see which card he played, but I mean, like, that's why I'm totally shocked. Well, this is gonna prove how much of a big boy our deck is. Deck is a big, thick boy. So I think we need to just begin drawing cards immediately. I'm gonna probably just Harrison to chop this off immediately. Brawls are very good. We need to armor up and get big brawls. Hey, up, Snith. Very well. Do we Harrison for 1? Do we Harrison for 1? I actually think that we do, because he hasn't been playing cards. And so it makes me believe that he certainly has some 5 mana ones to do. I certainly do. What is the gimmick of this deck? It's just an infinite warrior that fatigues.
There once was a man from Deadman.
I'm just gonna do this because it'll kill a little bit. It'll kill his cold blood, so we can take 11 here, and that's okay. I mean, I can go slam, sleep with the fishes, and I'm pretty happy. What's the gimmick of this deck? It's just lots of control cards, and we go infinite and keep controlling into fatigue. Snith says, I need some wisdom chat. Dota has me tilted. Feels bad, man. Oh, Snith, you came to the right place. I love talking about detiltification, right? Love talking about detiltification. We're going to go in order, right? There's rational things, and there's emotional things, right? There's rational things like, I can't believe I made mistake X, Y, and Z on turn whatever the hell. How infuriating, how frustrating, grr. I can go pop, pop, thing, kill. I think that's the play right there. Great. Okay. There's rational things like, oh, I shouldn't have bought that item, I should have bought this item, oh, he did this, and I messed this up, and I could have done this. Praise be to the Geist. Alright. There's those sorts of things. And there's also sort of rational kinds of things, which are rational angers, like, I can't believe my opponent did this to me, that's such a stupid move, but it worked against me, I can't believe my allies did this, or that sort of thing. Turn that off. Turn that part of your brain off for a moment, and just sit with the bodily sensations of anger. Just sit with that for a little bit. Just a teens. I want you just to sit with that. For me, my face gets really hot. Do things like breathing through the nose, breathing out through the mouth. Some great advice I heard is you put your feet to the ground. If you're really angry, first just be able to say, I'm really mad. Be able to step away. Be able to sit down, start going to your, chillin' place. And put your feet on the ground or, on the soles of your shoes and try to feel every little bit of the inside of your foot. Not pressing hard, not trying to, really dig in there or some nonsense. But just really feel your feet, okay? While you're sitting up straight, start picking positions of the clock and just kind of shift your hips that way. Like noon, and to 6, and then to 9, and then to 3. These are slightly annoying focus-consuming actions that take you out of that sort of anger that could fill you with endless pissed-offedness. Five. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Not quite. I think I'm gonna do this though. This is a super useful thing to do because it helps step out of all these thoughts and just kind of focus on chilling. And for me, it's generally about 20 minutes of time is what I need. I'll also do things like literally stick my head in the freezer if I'm really tilted. And I won't even let myself think about the game. I'll just be somewhere else, mentally just trying to be able... Okay.
Brotherhood Shell Cafe.
I can do this.
I will burn this world and rule its ashes.
These things are really nice because they, you know, get me to the point where I'm starting to feel cooled down. And when I start to feel cooled off, I don't begin to go into it again. I do something that makes me feel nice. I'm nice to myself for a moment. And that can vary, you know, like maybe. And make sure it's guilt-free niceness. Do I want to dirty rat? This feels like an opportune time to dirty rat.
I ain't talking.
Let the pain speak to me.
I don't think he actually has... I don't want to risk it. I'll pet my cats really gently. I'll just lie back and just breathe a little bit more. Do things, just feel nice. Be nice to yourself, you know? I think I'm actually going to bring it on.
Bring the pain.
Nice.
Me talk, me talk.
What do you mean by guilt-free niceness? What would be guilty? Guilty niceness would be like, I'm gonna go drink a bunch of alcohol. I'm gonna go eat a bunch of shitty food. I'm gonna go onto the internet and create a brand new account and bash some newbies to feel powerful. You know, things like that maybe afterwards you look back and you're like, yeah, you know, maybe I just didn't need to do that. Maybe I didn't need to do that shit. Do something that's a little more guilt-free, you know? One of the things that I do when I'm in that guilt-free niceness, there's some educators on YouTube that I watch. Nick Sabicki and Dwyron are Go players. Love watching their Go content. It's really great. It's really calming for me. Make sure you brawl before you Deadman hand. In this matchup, I do want to have the one brawl, because I'll actually be able to use it. Hot showers are great. Sometimes people will go on runs, but, you know, and exercise and stuff like that, and like sort of use the aggression and get the aggression out. I would calm yourself first, because I know, you know, I will claim that when I have had some external ways of calming myself down, if I couldn't get to those external ways easily, I would begin to get a little worked up. So, for instance, if I am hosting, and, you know, formerly when I used to do hosty stuff, anytime you're doing a live show, sometimes stuff goes wrong that really pisses you off. And, you know, I would have my, like, be alone quietly at a computer, but, like, I couldn't do that because I'm on a stage. And I have to go on in 5 minutes, right? Even more, like, internal, self-sufficient things like that. You know, you want to make sure you have a couple of these. So, Smith, I would just be really nice to yourself and just wait. Because the fact of the matter is, a lot of the time, that sort of internal anger that you might be feeling is an overloaded, overdriving emotion.
I'm almost out of cards.
This is great. Is there anything that I don't want here? Nope. Two cold lights in the bank. A whole lot of the time, if you're really feeling that anger, it's just some floating anger. And if you just are kind enough and give yourself the time to feel untilted and to feel better by just taking care of yourself, being nice to yourself, hell, you know, it's something that is not a traditionally male thing to do, but do a facial, man. Just get a face mask and just put it on. Again, it's pulling you to your body, it's pulling you out of your head, and you're feeling that coldness and stuff like that, man. Do a facial.
How long can this go on? How long can this go on?
One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Okay.
I ain't talking.
There once was a man from Gildan.
Do one of those, and I think you'll find that after you emerge from that, you'll just be in control of yourself. You'll be in command. You won't feel so bad and all that stuff, and you can begin to go step back to that rational side. Begin to step back to that rational side of things, like... I think we all know the play. I think we all know the play.
I'm out of cards.
Out of cards.
You know what? I would like to warmly welcome... Actually, I'm just gonna Deadman's Hand again. Once you do that, when you start to analyze things, be nice to yourself and everyone. Be nice to yourself and everyone. It's not that your ally was an idiot and who the fuck buys that item. Think of a nice way to think about him. You know, that's probably a guy who had a hard week, just didn't have a great game. Just didn't have a great game.
Yes, mother.
He didn't have a great game, is what I say to myself all the time, and it makes me feel so much nicer. You know, it's just, you know what? He's having a bad game. That's it. I would love for you to bring it on. I would love for you to bring it on. Is there any way to get him? Do this. Do this. Be nice to yourself. You can just say things like, you know what, I messed up this part. It's alright. It's alright. Let me think about really why it happened. This is something that I personally, historically, have struggled with a lot, is just being nice to myself. I sort of feel like if I'm faced with a problem and I overcome it, I'm awesome. Yeah, and I celebrate and I feel good. But let's honor the cold light, huh? But if I fail at something that I felt like was obvious that I shouldn't have failed at, or maybe tried and it was moderately hard and I failed at it, I feel like there's something wrong with me. And I don't mean in that conscious sort of like, oh, I missed that last hit, I guess no one will ever love me. Like, I don't think those words, but I really, sometimes, feel really bad about myself. So again, spend some time doing some of those physical activities, you know, like feeling your feet, rotating your hips, doing those things.
Garrosh versus Garrosh.
Victory or death! Bring it on!
Warrior. Probably something like this. MHT Lucas says, anyone else getting dropped frames when he joins and leaves a match? Oh, the game itself is having the lag, so it's correctly displaying in full frame rates all of those droppies. Unless you're seeing my camera drop, in which case... Oh, actually, no, I do see 952 frames dropped. I don't really know what that's about. Sniff says, I just remember you saying that you'd be spamming Crystal Maiden. Yeah, I really liked Crystal Maiden, and then they made the change to the jungle, how much XP you got, and I just started to suck with her. And then I had one big rage session where what I should have done is I should have stopped and been nice to myself. But I was really tired, I was in a really bad mood, and I just I basically was like an animal that was like a feral animal who just wanted, you know, to eat or something. I was just like, I just want to win, blah. Comcast being bad? No, it looks like it was just 952 frames. It's just not that much. What do we think about a warrior that's doing taunts? What do we think about that? Step 1, be very nice to yourself. And give yourself, I should say, step 1, go somewhere and just get out of your head. Step 2, be really nice to yourself in a very physical way. Step 3, get ready to go re-look at the doters, but be nice to yourself then too, and be nice to your allies and your opponents and all that. Jungling in 710. You know, I haven't played... I was playing Crystal Maiden when jungles were every other minute, and it was a lot of experience to just blow up one dude. You could hit level 2 pretty swiftly. Where there's a mill, there's a way. This man. Then they changed the experience there, and I was just like, ah! I haven't played Lina in a while. I think my second most played hero is Phantom Lancer at like 75. I'm still pretty high win rate with him. But my number 1 hero is still Lina with like 130 games. I'm actually going to open it up and find out. Okay, this was Stonehill Defender, so it's not... I actually don't think that I need to use this Brawl for much of anything. I don't think he's going to be flooding a lot. And I do this because I want to make sure that he doesn't draw cards, because I think that's where we're going to get the most effective thing. Steam was unable to sync your files with the Steam Cloud. What? Has maybe someone else been on my account? I don't think so. No. No.
What now?
Sorry about that dong noise. I was trying to go to my heroes, check out my stats. Searching for Dota 2 game coordinator. Oh, it thinks that I've never played. Something weird is going on. Steam servers are down. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to like startle you and stuff. Sean shared his thoughts on Dota Plus. Yeah, like I would describe my opinions on Dota Plus as derpy. Oh, he ripped this down. Oh, okay. Because we didn't have... Okay, so if I donk him here... there's a lot of ways to draw a lot of cards here. And I want to just be careful that I don't overdraw. So I'm just going to play thoughtfully. I have a ton of card draw. I don't know what he is yet, but I think that we're doing great. Yeah, so for any of you who don't know, Dota just released something called Dota Plus, which is $4 a month, which is sort of like an enhanced version of playing Dota, where like your last hits, which it tracks, it shows you your last hits compared to your goal last hits. It has your net worth in-game listed. And, you know, if you've ever watched me on Day 9's Learns Dota, I'll say things like, getting over 5k at 10 minutes is really good. And over 12k at 20 minutes. You know, I try to set up these little benchmarks for myself to make sure that I'm succeeding. So this will actually burn enough cards in case he has a huge nerd. That's not great, but, you know... fine. It's fine. It's not a big deal. So it now has your net worth in game. It recommends items based upon what the other team is. Whenever you're going to level up, it has a percentage that shows who generally chooses what. It's kind of like the guide that you can open in the item shop, but instead of having to open it, look there, close it, come back and apply that, it's just constantly being applied on screen as an overlay. And so for that reason, I've heard some people make the argument, well, this does feel like pay to win, because if I'm paying for Dota Plus, I have an edge over someone who is not paying for Dota Plus. Boy, I really do not know what to do here. You know, I actually think this is the play. Just do this and just chill for a second, because I don't really know who he is, what he's doing, any of that stuff. I think I just have to wait. So I've heard people feel like you're paying for an advantage. And here is and let me not use the term pay to win, because pay to win has a whole lot of connotations that I think maybe we don't actually want to be referencing. That's probably going to be valuable. So I think I'm just going to... This might look weird, but I'm going to bring it on. I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to play the Acolyte of Pain. Because it's going to be a little hard for him to get me to draw 2, and even if he does, there's just nothing that's really that horrifying to lose, except for Deadman's hand. So I guess maybe a little unnecessary risk. So again, Dota Plus provides all these additional utilities and these additional features, but there have been folks saying... Oh, nice. I've been folks saying, ooh, it feels like a little bit of an advantage. And here's kind of what I think about it. Alright, we'll mill one. I'm just not that torn up about it. Just really not. I mean, here comes Deadman's hand right off the top, huh? Okay. Great. Good, good, good. I really don't know what he is, so I'm just gonna do some research. I'm gonna hold on to these executes, and we have so much card draw in hand, I'm just content to wait patiently. So basically it sounds like a Dota buff overlay. I think that's a great way to think about it, Super Tactical Urban Dino. So what were we talking about? So what do I think about it as a product, like from a user experience standpoint? This is where, like, for me personally, I feel like I have a really weird opinion on it compared to everything else. It is the following. I am so happy I have a way to give Valve money because I play a lot of Dota. You'll recall that when I started Day 9 Learns Dota at the start of January 2017, I had about 300 hours played. A little over a year later, I now have 1,409 hours played, and I don't leave my applications open overnight. So in other words, I played about 1,000 hours last year, about 50 weeks in a year, therefore it's about 20 hours a week. This is the activity that I do. And you know what I buy in Dota? Nothing except for the battle pass for the international, or the compendium for the international, or what have you. However you wish, say it, that's what I do. Yeah, I just don't do that much with it. And so the fact that I can give them $4 a month feels really great. I mean, like, World of Warcraft folks are like 10 plus bucks a month for the ability to play World of Warcraft as like a primary activity. And I love the idea of being able to provide that amount, and it's a sort of balance that I feel really good about. I feel really good about that. What about from the gameplay side? Because I can imagine someone saying, well, wait a minute, Sean. Dude, I don't know, man. execute it, man. I know that's weird, but, like, I'm in golden position. Isn't it $4.99? Maybe I'm wrong. I thought it was $3.99. But, you know, whatever. And so, for that reason, as a person, I'm really happy. Like, traditionally, I really don't accept free games from developers and publishers. I'll accept the key to be able to play it early, and then when it comes out, I will rebuy it. Oh, thank God. So I'm not going to lose any armor, so I'm just going to wait and get a little more value out of the Blood Razor. 53 armor. Yeah, so I'm just really thrilled at the idea of being able to have some sort of consistent support. In terms of the gameplay feature to it, the gameplay stuff, I think there's a really smart angle, which is that if I'm new, there's already a lot of shit that I gotta keep track of. You know what I mean? There's already a lot of stuff going on in Dota. Dota Plus is a whole bunch of additional information that I think an intermediate and up player could use. But I don't think that a beginner player could use it. And so I think it creates a really nice model of, if I'm new and I start off, playing, I don't even need to think about this. Well, I suppose that I will have shield slams, so that's nice. If I'm new starting off, I'm not flooded with the information. If I become, and I'm playing the game for free, but if I become good enough that I want to play the game a lot, it's Dota, so I'm probably going to play it as one of my main games. And so paying $4 for a bunch of additional features I want seems so good. It seems so good. So going from an unpaid player to a $4 a month player for Dota is just a trivially easy, fist-pumpingly delightful maneuver to make. So that's my thoughts on that matter. If he is also a Deadman's Hand warrior, then this game is going to become hilarious. However, I do have the 2 Coldlights, so I'm going to try to get both of those puppies shuffled in there, so that way I can really fuck them. Do I want to run out Scourge Lord Garrosh? Sure. But what if people who are deeply invested but for whatever reason cannot afford it? There are still many places in which the only way people afford to play is in PC cafes, for example. That is a really interesting question. I don't know. Perhaps it's priced differently there. I do know that a lot of... This is, I think, why a lot of... Total tangent. Many game companies, developers and publishers alike, are very frustrated by companies like G2A. Which is, let's be honest, if I make a game that is a 5 gigabyte game, it is not hard at all. Perfect. It is not hard at all to just distribute an additional copy. If I have 5 gigabytes, it costs like less than a penny to give that to someone to download. The tough part with a game is developing it, right? That's where all the money goes to. So what many game companies do is that if they're in somewhere like America, they'll sell their, product for, we'll just call it $50, $60. But then in a poorer income area of the world that earns enough to live in their country, but the conversion of that currency to the dollar is bad, they'll charge overall $30 for the product or $20 for the product. This is fine. This is a good looking hand. So what do I want to keep here? What do I want to keep? I think I want to keep the Bring It Ons as an armor game. I want to keep the Brawls. I think I just keep all of these things, right? not brawls. And so, you know, a game company will sell the same game in different regions for different prices to make sure that people there can afford it. Because a $60 game, I might call as a, he's me. He's me, I'm him. We're both Deadman Hands decks. So, you know, like, $60 in America is what I'd call a sort of expensive, everyday, or a acceptably expensive everyday consumer purchase, right? Like, okay, we don't care about burning any of the cards in our deck. We don't care about that one bit, yeah. We just want to burn his Deadman's Hands, right? We have all the tools that we could ever want right here. You know, like $60, like a meal is $10-15 at, like, you know, pretty cheap place in America. You know, so like game is like 3 pretty good meals. Harrison Jones! Okay, so what are we going to do? Do we want any of these copies? We may as well. I think that what we're going to do is... I kind of want to just fucking ditch the brawl. Alright, seems reasonable to just ditch the brawl. Don't need any more Scourge Lord Garrosh bucks. Chuck out of Sleep with the Fishes, because we're not going to need that. Can I get a Deadman's Hand, ladies and gentlemen? Can I get a Deadman's Hand? Oof. Ow! My bones. So here's what our strategy is going to be. It's going to be to remove essentially everything from our hand, except for Coldlights and Deadman's Hands. That's it. That's going to be the build. It's our strategy. I forgot about Hungry Etten. Oh, Hungry Etten is a tight card, man. Oh, look at this guy. Oh, he's so sick. And so, I'm still on the tangent. G2A, what G2A will often do is G2A will buy a game key from, like, Romania for less than $60. And then they will sell that total. Well, we got a brawling, huh? I know that looks dumb, but I have infinite armor. We're not gonna win this game by, you know, being thoughtful about fatigue. We're gonna win it by burning his Deadman's Hand. I want to hold on to this one, Sleep with the Fishes, but I just don't think he has any units. Alright, so there's his DMH. This is going to hurt us for a little bit, which is fine. Ah!
Me hungry, you yummy.
Okay, so... So, all we really need to do is make sure that we always get the double Deadman's Hand. And then we're in ultra good shape. Can we burn a Deadman's Hand? Yes. Round of applause for the guy that ran out of legs. This legless man understands the game of Hearthstone. And he understands financial analysis in games. His tummy's also not as big as it used to be. See, look, a side tummy view shows that the tummy time is massively decreasing. As the days and hours go on. You want a whooshy douche? Well, I think you're gonna find that I know how to whooshy douche better than all of them. So now we just need to successfully bring it on, Sleep with the Fishes, until he's dead. And he's dead. Anyways, so developers and publishers can sometimes be very frustrated when someone is selling a key that is meant for someone in a lower income country or region.
I must choose.
armor!
I'm almost out of
I don't really need any more shield blocks in there, so I'm willing to just chuck them all out. We're going to go ahead and take a bazillion fatigue damage, but that's okay. Because we're going to Deadman's Hand. And then we're going to Coldlight for a whole bunch. And so with Dota Plus, I don't actually know if it does any sort of regional price discrimination or something like that. So that's his last Deadman's Hand. He's got no more Deadman's Hand, man. No more Deadman Hand, man. Sir Andy did kind of get totally screwed. This is going to hurt, but I don't think it's going to hurt us 72 damage much. But I don't know, who knows? Now, a way that we could still lose, a completely legitimate way that we could still lose, is if accidentally we don't draw our Deadman's Hand and we overdraw. It's a way to lose the game. So what we're going to do is, I think to avoid this risk, if we play this card first, then so if we play this and get rid of this, we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, no. This is fine. Because watch, we can Deadman's Hand. We're gonna double Coldlight. Well, I mean, I don't even need to show the math. So we're gonna do this. And what I intended to show is that I have 9 in hand, and there's 3 cards left, and therefore if I... Oh shit, my math was wrong. Well, I'm a lucky duck. Let's go ahead and bring it on. I don't even see what was burned. Is that what burns it? I don't know, I'm not looking. So I think that it's possible that there's regions that I just simply do not know enough about that are in a financial situation whereby I think there might be a situation where the Dota Plus might be excessively prohibitively expensive.
I'm out of cards.
Alright. It's possible. It's possible to lose. It's possible. It's possible, it's possible, it's possible. It's possible to lose. It is possible to lose against this man. No, wait, no, he's not. He's not generating infinite cold lights. Never mind. Can you explain why you don't want Bring It On in the deck? I would love Bring It On in the deck, but I'm fearful of him burning my Deadman's Hand, so I'm trying to play cards in my hand so it's free enough so that I don't accidentally myself to death. So this is enough. This is enough. So if I do this,
I'm almost out of cards.
and then I do this, I have 9 cards left in the deck, and unless he plays Azari the Devourer. So we're going to deal... Yeah, we're going to deal a lot of damage from next turn, so... Get those brawls out, huh? Those Deadman hand-created brawls out, huh? I hope you've enjoyed watching the games that take forever here on Day 9 TV. Now has a slightly higher chance of burning Deadman's Hand. Yes, however, he does not have any more Deadman's Hand, and we have lethal. So, all right. Well, this is running its course. Oh, I still have water. I'm just gonna make sure I keep drinking water. Wow, wow, Or Daddy says, did you see Day9's 6-hour stream the other day? Yes, I like both those games.
Garrosh versus Jaina.
The biggest thing that I'm always worried about is I want to be able to kill stuff. I worry about counterbait. One more game. The double dirty rat's a very clever addition to this deck. It's one of those things that I didn't think about that card in this deck, and then I saw it in a bunch of lists, and it's like, oh, of course. Of course is a horse is a horse. Case. Counterbait? Yeah, counterbait is in, he's going to have counterspell, and it's pretty much always going to get up, so I want to ensure that I have some method to deal with his counterspell. So here is a good turn. We're just going to blow up the highest damage potentially dude. Oh my gosh, we have Alaneth bait. Oh, Alaneth. Alaneth. I've been a French press for 7 years. Dude, I got a DeLonghi Deluxe Espresso and drip coffee maker with a grinder. Grinds them. Grinds mighty well. So a reasonable question. So this thing is either the Mega Explosive Rune, or it's a counterspell. And it's a counterspell. And these are 3 spells. Okay, because if it's Explosive Rune, it pops our things. I get to trade with whatever's summoned and execute it. Or I could hit that and execute that. So this is a counterspell, right? So we're just gonna proc it right away. Right away we're gonna proc it. Make sure that we keep gaining armor. I love the ability to gain armor. I think armor gain is like one of my favorite things. I think that just, you know, if you've seen me play other games, tankiness and durability is I love that fantasy so much. That's why I really love Bristleback a lot. Oh, no way! No way! And now the sheep gets to finish things off. Ah, you'll wish you were never born. Alright, well, I'm thinking it's going to be a turn 6 Alaneth. You think that? Because that's what I think. Do you think that? I think that. Unbelievable. It feels so good. Things are turning out as they should. We're going to play our guy, and he's going to get blown up good. And then we're going to eat Alaneth as our food. Ah, yes. 2, 3. Ba 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 ba. Hello. Would you like to never exist again?
Many secrets.
I would. I'd like to never exist again. Very well. So, I mean, he's certainly gonna... So this is probably it's either Explosive Rune and or Mirror Entity. So I think that running out Scourgelord Garrosh is okay, because we have so many ways to draw extra cards, particularly this Acolyte. We have our Dry Whisker, and we know for a fact that playing this cannot change the status of the board. So if I play this, look at this board. Look at this horse. I'm a mana worm. I like to cause mana harm. It makes my heart mana warm. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to play out the Dry Whisker Armor, which is going to get blowed up. I'm going to play this man.
Pain, speak to me. Let the pain speak to me.
Really? Okay. Well, this is still fine, because I hit this. I'm going to pop here, and then I'm going to Whirly Durly. And I'm at 25, which does make me marginally uncomfortable. But that's still kind of a lot of health. And we do have double shield block, double Bring It On in the deck. So I think that we're good. Great. I'm going to go ahead and trigger the Explosive Rune, which will summon a nerd. Bring me your nerds. Okay. We don't want 2 of these down because we'll overdraw. And then we're going to hit him in the face. Of all things. So we're 25. 4 cards in our deck are Armor Gain. And we have 8 cards. 10 cards in our deck. Wow, what's going on? This is really weird. We're dropping a lot of frames.
Excuse me, you are on fire.
Well, I mean, it, as far as I can tell, appears to be some sort of internet connection issue. As far as I can tell. I mean, we're not doing anything on the PC as far as I can see. Well, I'm terribly sorry about this. So I think I'm just going to throw down this guy. Hit here. Oh, great. We got Bring It On. Sleep with the Fishes to blow it up. I'm going to hit his face. I mean, I just don't really see a way to lose at this point. Turn off Steam. Maybe Steam is downloading. Library, Steam, downloads. Nope, not doing it. I will kill Steam though. Entropy says, I'm still impressed the audio plays flawlessly and the video frame appear perfectly in sync when they come back. Dude, technology is so good. So what we really need to do is we need to draw into Bring It On. So I'm actually going to do some hella drawing. Whoops. It appears that we're still Nope, looks like it stopped. Looks like it stopped.
We have many secrets.
So apologies for that little bit of connectivity snafu. We're going to, oh, praise be to RN Jesus. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to hit like this. We're going to Deadman's Hand to ensure that we have all this goodness here. And then we're just going to run this, and we're going to run this. And we're not going to play this yet, because there's just no need. There's just no need. He has no cards in hand, and we would be spending the end of our mana with it, so we're going to start with the start of our mana. Oh, looks like it started up again. In that regard, we'll take a break. We'll take a break. It stopped, and it was hanging, and then about 1 second later, it started up again. So we're gonna step to a brief breakaroni where hopefully the internet will stabilize. We want stabilization. Stabilization commencing. I don't really know what's going on with the internet, so That's all right. I will be taking a very brief breaky. We'll actually make it an internet break. We're going to take a 5-minute internet break. 5-minute internet break to make sure that the internet works. And for any of you watching on YouTube, your internet's good. Ba 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 ba.